Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm gonna configure an MCP server in VS Code and run it in GitHub Copilot. This video will have three parts. In first part, we will find an MCP server online, and the second part I will download and configure it on my local machine. And the last part I will configure into the VS Code and run it in GitHub Copilot. So why wait? Let's get started. Alright, let's start finding one MCP server for our try. You can use any different websites. There are so many available. The one I'm using mcpserver.org, and you can find any of the MCP server that you want to connect to the Visual Studio. Okay, there are a lot of options to choose from. So for now I am using a very simple one for file tabs, and you can see there are a lot of file systems MCP servers available. Okay, let me choose this one. Okay, so this will give you the details like how to implement it. It also gives the repository where it will give the more details about how to implement. So I have already selected one of it, and this is the repository of it. I choose this file system MCP server created by these guys. You can see the readme file here. It gives the instructions like what features it has, all the tools that expose through the MCP server, and these are the instructions to install it and how to connect to the this is your MCP configuration files. Okay, so this is a part one, and the next I'm gonna show you how to connect this to the Visual Studio. We have found our MCP server, and in the next section of this video I'm gonna configure and download it on my local machine. Let's get into the code. So the next part is we need to download that MCP server on our machine. So the way we're gonna do is we're gonna just clone that repository here that I showed you earlier. So I already opened this folder. I'm gonna download here, and I will pull that GitHub CLI, and so I have cloned the MCP server here. So once you have it, then the next part is you need to do npm install, and this repository basically is built for Linux system, so we need to change the JSON file script. Okay, and all we need to do is remove this mode, because in Windows we don't need this. Okay, and once this is completed, next we're gonna run npm build. Okay, our build is fine. We have this guy here, index.js. That's what we need. Next part is we're gonna configure this MCP server into our VS Code. Alright, we're almost done, and in the last section of this video I'm gonna configure this MCP server into VS Code and then run it GitHub Copilots. Let's get started. Alright, so the last part we're gonna configure that the MCP server we deployed on our local into our VS Code. Okay, so I have three folders here. One is MCP server, which is we just downloaded and built, and the next is our sample project where I want to include this MCP server in VS Code, and this content folder I want to give access to this particular folder to the MCP server. Okay, let's get into the VS Code. You see here I have opened this project. It has only sample app.js file. There's no code in it, and I already configured the GitHub Copilot here. You need to make sure you are in the agent mode here, and once you have that, the next part is you're gonna do is create MCP file. Okay, so go to in this project, and you need to create if you don't have already, you can create VS Code file, and inside that you need to create MCP.json. Okay, so once you have that file, you're just gonna come here and open this file here. Okay, so you see this button add server. So once you click here, you will see this command studio. You can run this install, and you need to confirm the command and argument. You can enter something. Basically we need to run the node file, and we need to give path to our MCP server, build path, and the second you need is content folder. Okay, so yeah, you add it and you just name to the server, let's say file system access. Okay, so your server is here. Now we need to get these path. This is the same we just created earlier. Now we gonna copy from our MCP server build, and index.js, and second we need content folder, okay. And we need to replace this to / okay. So once you run this, now your tool is ready to use. In order to view that, you can just click on this icon, and you can see here your new MCP server is now enabled. Okay, and if you expand this will give you all the tools that are available in this MCP server. You can create directory, get file information, and all these move file, read file, all these options are available to you, and you can use it using the LLM. So let's try creating a file. I have this folder, content folder, so I will say LLM. So we have to mention create a text file test.txt. in content folder. So it's still asking you to permission to give to the MCP server, and you can either allow for this session, for workspace, or always allow. Okay, so I'm going to allow for this session. So now you can see it is using our MCP server, and so it's gonna list directory, it's gonna use couple of tools to write files and list directory. Okay, so our file has been created successfully. You can see here, yep, this file has been created into the content folder that we provided.